I saw an article somebody wrote about a brain drain in Cameroon. You know, I said, but this is something that has been going on for the past how many years? Only God knows. Because when you have policies that does not understand that we have to retain skilled workers, then there is something wrong with that government. For the past years, the priority of the government was to issue as many passports as possible. The Cameroon government does not care how many passports they issue, but they don't even care to know, hey, to even retain some of these skill and graduates leaving the country for greener pastures, as they call it. You know, now when I saw the statistics for last year, 2024, they say about 9,000 youths travel to abroad. Okay, that is just the figure that they know. Okay, but if 9,000 each year, think about it for the past years, how many that are living. Okay, but if the government cannot put in place measures to stop brain drain, it will not end. Okay, many African countries are putting things in place to reduce this rate of brain drain. Okay, when you don't have job opportunities, when you don't have job opportunities, you struggle to you graduate, you are struggling, you're trying to see how you can look make ends meet. There's no job. What do you think can start ringing in somebody's mind? Eh? Exodus. Exodus. Okay. And the government does not even understand that why these students are in school before they graduate. They have to make sure that they help these students. Because when you compare a job in Europe and that same job in Cameroon, and you look at the salary, it's like night and day. So if the government cannot work towards that, trying to match some kind job skills with some, those their low wages are scaring people away. You cannot have a country that they'll pay a doctor whether it's two $200 or how many on I don't know how much they pay, but it's low. Okay, they'll pay these professionals, engineers, all these guys very very low wages. Tell me what will happen if a doctor sees their salary that this way up in Europe and this way down in Cameroon. What do you think they'll do? They'll leave. Okay, the government does not care. The Cameroon government does not care. Okay, now if the government does not put in place measure to stop the crisis going on, the crisis is hindering education. The crisis is doing exodus, both royal and urban exodus of students are leaving, teachers are leaving, okay, intellectuals are leaving, professionals are leaving to go to other countries. If the government does not put in place measures to stop this phenomenon, royal exodus, urban exodus, professional exodus, they will keep living. Okay. Now, what what have we seen? The the fact that students are in school, the government, the educational system does not prepare the students towards graduation and towards linking the graduating, then going to through their research project, so that their research project can link them up to a company, so that they can just leave school and start working. Okay, that is what most schools in abroad they do. You go for some kind of training, you go for some kind of school research work in that industry, and the industry will prepare you towards graduation, and they'll even make sure that as you finish your graduation, you are being integrated into that company. Does that happen? No. In Cameroon, research, you have to bribe. You want to do anything, you have to bribe. So there is no infrastructure. There is no infrastructure for research. There is no infrastructure. So if somebody does science, even when I was in secondary school, we never did any science lab. We never had science lab. We never had all those things. They'll be teaching you biology, chemistry, physics, all those things without labs. How do you learn physics with those chemistry without a lab? You learn them in paper, all chemicals, everything on paper. How can you have that knowledge of what is going on? There are there are there are people who study many courses, but because of their course mismatch, I gave some example when I was working in Cameroon back then as director at a poor. I had some students from UB who came for to look for job. They did history, but the government did not prepare them towards other jobs, because when you graduate as history student, what do you want to do in a company? You can do so many other things, but because they did not have the opportunity to go for internship, they don't know what they can do. I asked most of the students, okay, you are graduate, yeah, you have a bachelor's degree. What can you do for this company? They, they, they just say they want to work. How do you just leave a school? You see, because they were not prepared towards job. You see, school is not about going to school and learn the book. School is using those talent, those skills to implement in a company. Okay, that's why if you go for job interview, the bosses want to see who can use their brain in school and help them in their company. So whether you do history, biology, if you can do marketing, the boss want to listen if you have marketing skills. Okay, don't come and recount their history, biology, stories there. Okay, that's why the students, the educational facilities should prepare the students, send them for internship, prepare them towards work, because the main goal of a school, at least bachelor's degree, is to work. But because of this mismatch, students who study history, they have no hope. Students who study literature, they can only be teachers. Students, so they have to try, they have to leave. That is the causes of brain drain that I'm talking about. If the government cannot help these students, these professionals, these doctors, these engineers who are studying now, who are there working, or who are about to graduate, or who need opportunities, if the government cannot put them, give them that opportunity, the next thing is for them to leave. Okay, if you have those lack of opportunities, you don't have that jobs, you look for jobs, there is poor management of resources, you know no research, the political instability, all these things are causing people to leave. So the government should not complain about that. I saw Pobia saying people should come back, that diaspora should come back. These things are things that they need to put in place to facilitate diasporans to come back, okay, and to disallow or to discourage young graduates and professionals to leave back to Europe or as a brain drain. Okay, the government should put all this in place. If not, all these intellectuals, they will be leaving, and the government will there crying, "Oh, we need you people to come back. We need you." Stop discouraging them. Give dual nationality, so that people with foreign nationality that are Cameroonian can still come there without a visa.